First look, here's Bam Margera and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. So this is a video I was kind of excited to kind of do and discuss and everything like that, just because I've been kind of keeping up with the whole information in regards to Bam Margera being included into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. It was one of those situations where it was announced that he wasn't going to be in it, and then I ended up doing another video where Tony Hawk was stating that no, he spoke to Activision and it was going to be one of those situations where he was going to include him into it. And then it kind of came out again that Bam was kind of saying himself that he hadn't gotten any information, so he wasn't sure. So it was probably going to be likely that he wasn't going to be included. And then there was some more information that came out again after that, where yes, he is going to be included. And finally, we got some gameplay footage and everything like that. So this is something that I'm actually really glad to hear. I think this is awesome, just because even though Bam Margera has had some issues in the past and everything like that, as far as drug abuse and stuff that's been going on in his personal life, the fact that they were almost not going to include him into the game just in a way just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Especially for like longtime fans and people who have played the games back in the day. I've mentioned it before. I never played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I played a bit of 3, but I never got into 4 itself. So just knowing that the roster wasn't going to include Bam when he was originally in it was just always something that was a little bit weird. You know what I mean? Especially considering that they were trying to make these remakes kind of true to the originals, like it was stated. So the fact that he is in it, it is pretty cool, and it is something to worth checking out, which I think is pretty awesome. One of the things that was kind of funny to me as well, though, was the fact that they decided to go more with Bam's current day look. I figured with them doing, a remake of the game, they were going to kind of go off of like a younger Bam, kind of his body frame and everything like that, because even he had stated that, well, I don't know if it was him specifically, but it was stated that once it was announced that Bam was going to actually be included into the game, they were doing body scans with him and everything like that. And I was kind of curious. I was like, why are they doing body scans with him with modern day, like his modern day look? You know what I mean? If they're going to try to do a remake with him looking how he used to. But no, they're actually doing it where he looks like the way he looks now, which in a sense I think is actually pretty cool. Even though that it's a remake and it's technically supposed to be, how it was originally, they're deciding to kind of go with like the older versions. And I'm wondering if that's gonna how it's gonna be with Tony Hawk himself, as well as some of the other skaters that are gonna be included from the original. So pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and check out, before there's just a video we got here of Bam's gameplay and everything like that, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's pretty long. I think it's like 20 minutes or so I'm not going to try to go through the whole thing, but I did want to just go over one of the little launch trailer that they have for the demo that's been announced. And some of this stuff, as you can see here, that got included. Doomslayer is a playable skater, which I personally think is so awesome. There's 2 skaters, 2 playable parks, limited in-game soundtrack, and then so the game is gonna be announced for July 11th, 2025. So that'll be next month. So almost a month from today. And I think this looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm seeing the gameplay footage and everything like that, and I'm actually thinking I'm probably gonna end up picking this up. I wasn't planning to originally, but seeing the trailer and everything like that, it looks pretty awesome. And I've stated it before as well that I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. So the fact that they are gonna do 3 and 4 and everything like that was something that I wasn't necessarily, like I said, planning on getting, just because I didn't get too much into the later games. But after seeing the trailer and everything like that, I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do it. So we'll go ahead and check this one out, and then we'll just see a little bit of Bam's gameplay footage himself. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I mean, obviously these are like little cutscenes that they're gonna have in it, but once we get to the actual gameplay footage, that's when it grabs my interest for sure. This I love, the way that they're able to show the old school version versus the remake style that they got for it. I just want to play that again, just because I love that so much. I think that is so cool, the way that they were able to do that, just kind of show how it looked back in the day, and then how it's gonna look with the modern look to it, which is so cool. So beautiful, man. That's awesome. And here he comes. There we go. We got Bam Margera himself. Let's go. Again, it's kind of funny seeing him like the older version of himself skating, just because I don't know if he still skates and if he's still as good as he used to be, kind of a thing, you know. And then this is a weird one. We got Michelangelo, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan. I feel like you guys will see in a second, he looks more like a frog than a turtle, which is something that kind of bugs me, especially because I love the Ninja Turtles and I love turtles in general, so it's just a little bit weird. It's the Hawk. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. And then the fact that we got Doomslayer right here, I think it's so cool. I think he looks awesome, especially doing like the skating and everything like that, which is really cool to see. And then what we got here, so pre-order and play the Foundry demo. So just two of the perks, like I stated, the parks. I think you might be able to actually play as Michelangelo and then Doomslayer, and then these will probably be the two playable skaters, so Tony Hawk and then Raisa Leo. I'm not too sure who that is exactly, but yeah, I think that's awesome. And then they were stating that Doomslayer and then Michelangelo are going to be the first ones that you can play as like guest characters, and then there should be some more coming in later on. I'm kind of curious if you are actually going to go, they're going to go old school with it, where you can actually play as like Darth Maul, which would be really awesome if they were able to go that route, but only time will tell, because I don't know if Disney would be willing to kind of go that route when it comes down to Activision's. And then some of the other stuff with the digital deluxe version, so some skate decks, some Creative Skater apparel, and just a hoverboard, Revenant skater, and then Doomslayer skater, which is pretty cool. And then pre-order and get 3-day early access, firmware, Tony shader. So it's a little skin that you'll be able to get with Tony Hawk, which is actually pretty cool. That looks pretty dope when you look at it. So yeah, I think that's really cool. So it's a little trailer. It just kind of gives you like a little idea of what's to come. And then we also got this video right here, which is kind of what grabbed my interest, is being able to actually see the gameplay itself. Seeing this is kind of what had me like, oh man, all right, this looks fun, kind of a thing, you know? Sure we got it set up right. Obviously, it's got kind of that old school feel to it as well, but like with updated graphics in the areas, which is so cool. So this is Bam right here that they're actually playing with. So obviously in the last trailer that we seen, it didn't really have any gameplay specifically. It looked like stuff that would either be like cutscenes or kind of like the intro to the game itself. But yeah, seeing this, like Bam play and everything like that, and the way that the gameplay looks, it looks really good. And it's one of those things where it kind of has me like, damn, I think I might actually pick this up, because like I said, I wasn't initially planning to, but this has me hyped, man, for sure. I'm gonna put it just a little bit lower, because there's some more stuff I want to say, and then just one of the other levels I'll go ahead and go to. Let it load. Really awesome, like a little theme park kind of a thing. And one of the things that has me really excited seeing this is the fact that, you know, with this game looking as good as it does and hopefully being able to do well in sales, I'm not too sure how well Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 did, but this has me really hyped up and hoping that if things go well with this, we actually will be able to see Tony Hawk's Underground, because that was one of the videos I kind of wanted to do, but you know, I was on vacation 2 weeks ago, so I kind of missed out on it. I was still thinking about maybe doing a video on it, but I figured, you know, I'll probably just have to skip out on it. But word on the street is that if this does well, there is the potential for there to be a Tony Hawk's Underground remake. And I gotta say, out of all the games, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, probably two, as far as the original 4 games that came out, would probably be my favorite. And then after that, it was definitely Underground. I never got into Underground 2. I had the potential to buy the game and everything like that as I got older, but I just never really had too much interest, because I kind of lost interest in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games at that point. But when Tony Hawk's Underground came out, I remember that was one of those games that I had actually picked up for the GameCube and played it a lot, actually. And it was a fun game. I really enjoyed the storyline to it. I actually purchased a copy of it a few years back. I started replaying it a little bit, but and then I just kind of stopped. I never really got too much back into it, so I didn't really get to check out the story and nowadays to kind of see if it still holds up as well as it did when I was younger. I'm gonna have to double check with that, but yeah, from the looks of the way that this game is playing right here, I'm actually really excited to kind of see what direction they're going to be going in as far as updating the graphics, making the areas look more like modern day gaming kind of a thing, which is really cool to see. And who knows, depending on how well those games end up doing, if Tony Hawk will maybe decide to maybe do like one or two more games, newer games in general, not doing like remakes specifically, but actually doing like a new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game, which I think would be pretty cool, like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 or something like that, you know? So yeah, just seeing all of this stuff, like this has me hyped, man, just because it's bringing me some like nostalgia kind of a thing, being able to see these games kind of come back into the limelight a little bit. Not necessarily as popular as they were before, obviously skater games just kind of haven't really gotten what they used to be kind of a thing, but seeing that they're getting, this kind of love and appreciation from Tony Hawk himself is just it definitely puts a smile on my face, and it is something that I'm really happy to be seeing in the gaming industry. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Are you guys happy to see that Bam Margera was able to actually make his appearance in this game? And what do you guys think about the game itself? Does this look like it's going to be as fun as it does for me? And will this be something you guys will be checking out if given the opportunity to once it does come out? So if you guys can let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.